In this episode, we prep our garage for a makeover. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode. So some good news, we managed to sell the Seat Leon, and that's gone on to a new owner who's enjoying that car and having a real great time. And so while we're in between cars, we're going to take the opportunity to prep the garage so that we can start looking after building cars inside the garage undercover. So I need to do some painting. We need to paint the walls white so we can make it nice and light. We need to put up some new lighting, and I'm going to be using this bad boy to spray the garage walls with, and hopefully that should go well. So we've got a lot of stuff to get on with, so let's not waste any more time. Let's crack on with this. Okay, so part one of what we need to do is I need to clear all of this down to there. So we need to move all of this area here, clear it all off, get all those cables off the wall so that we can start the painting session and be able to make this garage look white. You probably noticed that the garage may look a little bit brighter because I put some of the lights up already. So 3 of the lights are up there, and that's made a noticeable difference already. So just need to pin down the cables. At the moment everything is loose fitted just to make sure it works, but I guess phase one is clear this whole area up. So I'm going to clear all the floor as well, because I'm going to hoover the floor later, and then hopefully by this afternoon get the first coat of paint down the floor once we finish the walls, hopefully if the walls go to plan. As a contingency, if my paintbrush doesn't work, which is sitting over there, not the paintbrush, if the spray gun doesn't work, then we have a contingency of rollering the wall, but rollering this wall takes forever. It took us the best part of the day to do this side over here, so hopefully we won't need to resort to that. But anyway, let's get this garage floor cleared and we can make a start on the wall. Okay, so what I've done now is this is standard emulsion paint that you paint on the walls, but in order to put it for the gun I need to thin it down. So I've got my viscosity cup here, and what's supposed to happen is that you're supposed to dip the viscosity cup in the paint, and then it should clear the cup within 30 seconds. 30 seconds means that it will work well in the spray gun. So I've got my iPhone ready, and what we're going to do is we're going to time it and see how long it's going to take to clear this cup. So what I'll do is I'll fill that up, and then when we bring it to the top and we start, we're going to start now. So that's taken 14 seconds, which means this is thin enough now to put into the paintbrush or the paint pot. So let's go and do that, and let's make our first coat of the paint. Okay, so we've given the walls a couple of coats now, so the wall is still wet if you're wondering why it looks patchy. I think it needs another 2 coats for it to really take, and then I might give it just a roller coat as well after, just to make it look a bit more uniform. It's gone on okay actually. It's a little bit messy when you're making up the paints. As you can see, I've got paint all over the place, but in terms of it going on the wall, it goes on pretty quickly actually. This has taken me the best part of about 20 minutes to do 2 coats, which is a lot quicker than rolling. Of course, when you roll you get thicker coats, but hey, this will dry, and when it dries it will actually brighten up. So I'm going to leave it for an hour now, and then we'll come back and give it another couple of coats. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all this stuff here right up to the top there so that we can get the floor completely cleared. So the next time you see that floor space there, it's going to be all cleared up. Right, so I've given the wall about 3 coats with the old spray gun and it's done pretty well. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to give the top half and the bottom half a going over with a roller, just to thicken it up and finish it off, and then I can get on with the floor. So I'm going to get on and crack on and do that now, very fast. Okay, it's paint the floor time. So as you can see, well actually you can't, let me move it into frame. So we have ourselves one big 35-litre can of grey paint, and we're going to start covering the top piece there. So essentially what I'm going to do, I'm going to pour it on the floor and then use a roller brush to spread it out. I think that would be the quickest way of getting the coverage. So we'll do the top half first, and then we'll come back and do the second half behind us later today. The walls are drying out now, giving it a paint with a roller, and it looks much better, but it will brighten as happened the other side. The other side looks really dull and patchy, but when it dries out, it will dry out in a uniform manner. So let's get this bit painted, and it's going to look 1,000 times better than what it does now. Okay, so first coat on the top half of the garage is down. Looks pretty good. Now this will dry darker, so it'll look darker than it is, and it's supposed to dry matte. And depending on how this looks when it dries will depend if we put a second coat or not. But so far, so good. Looks pretty good. Happy with that. And the garage looks much more pleasant. And if I show you the wall, again the wall is yet to dry, but it's had a coat of paint with a roller, so it's looking a lot better. Should dry brilliant white, and then the next phase is to do this floor here, this side here, but we need just need to dry a little bit because we need to do a bit of hoovering, a bit of tidying up here because we've still got a workbench here to move. And once we move that, we can then do the other side of the floor, hopefully from this side here. So great. Right, we'll come back in an hour or two.
1 hour later.
Okay, so it's an hour later, floor still drying. If I'm honest with you, I think this is going to take a good few hours to dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of this stuff, going to move it on to this side here, and then I'm going to paint all of this side here. So I basically going to leave just a line along here that I can walk along and still put the stuff here that is currently blocking this area here, so I can get as much of this painted as possible. All right, let's crack on and move all this stuff over. Right, okay, I tell you what, you couldn't get a more coarser floor than this, but yeah, at least it's ready now. So I'm going to paint all of this side up to that line there, basically, and all of this side here halfway up. So all of that will be grey, and then we'll let that dry and see how far we get. Then what that should mean is that in the morning we should just have this piece here, this side here, just to do. And then what we'll probably end up doing is just another coat, and then that should dry out for the rest of the day. Okay, so now we've come right up to the edge here, and inside the garage we have literally done everywhere except for that little small piece here, which is my walking area. So I think this is going to need to dry overnight, so we'll probably have to leave it and come back first thing in the morning to do an inspection. We'll probably come in later on tonight to have a look and to make sure everything's okay and that it's drying all right. But it'll be tomorrow at the earliest when we'll be able to do the electrics, which is the next job to do. Actually, we may just get this all done in one weekend, which would be nice. So, like I said, with the coarser floor that we have here, it's gonna probably need a little bit more paint, but I think it will go down well with a couple of coats. Okay, so this floor, it's going to take around 12 hours to dry. It needs to be really dry before we can do anything on that. So it's a good point to end this video this week. So if you're seeing this for the first time, welcome, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because it really helps the channel grow, and we're growing at a fantastic rate at the moment. We're going to hit 2,000 subscribers this week, which is brilliant because it's taken the best part of 3 months to get another 1,000 subscribers, what took me a whole year to get one. So thank you for your support. We really do welcome that. But I've got a surprise for you, because instead of you having to wait until next Monday for the next video, I'm going to drop the second video in on Wednesday. So this week you're going to get 2 for the price of 1. So we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. So just before we go, I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, and I have subscribed to him. His channel is called Salvage Rebuild UK. So he is a UK rebuilder. We're building in numbers now, and he specializes in rebuilding Fiat 500. But what got my interest is that he's rebuilding a Ferrari, which is ambitious for your first big project. But I know you've been in the scene for a while, so I know you'll make a great success for that. And I want to come down and see this Ferrari. So go over to his channel and subscribe if you can. And like I said, he's a new YouTube channel, but I'm sure there are big things in store for him, and we'll do a collab at some time. So he's just there. That's him there. Anyway, guys, we will see you on Wednesday with another video. Enjoy your bank holiday if you're in the UK, and we will see you on Wednesday.